Hello and welcome to our sixth podcast. I'm Mike Gillespie from SalesMax. Today I want to share a story and an observation from the national championship game, which finished up a terrific March Madness season this year. So one of the most widely watched, anticipated events of the year finally came to an end last night with the University of Virginia and the Texas Tech Red Raiders squaring off and going to overtime to settle the national championship. Virginia came out on top, and what an exciting game. When you take a look at the drama of the team that last year was the number one seed, clearly one of the best teams in the country, lost in the first round ever in the history. A 16 seed beat a 1 seed. UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. My brother graduated from there, and I used to compete against them when I was at Towson University here in Maryland. But the Cinderella scored one of the most monumental upsets ever. That could be a dagger to a lot of programs. The Cavaliers looked at it like a challenge. Every day they had to grind that axe and hear people snicker and talk about the fact that they lost as a number 1 seed to the 16 seed. Well, vindication was achieved last night in a ESPN Instant Classic. But that's really not what I'm here to talk about today. What I'd like to talk about is finding common ground and making it better, as outlined in my book, Never Ask a Barber If You Need a Haircut. And the first thing I want to talk about is the University of Virginia and their national championship. The second thing is the Masters tournament, and I'm wearing this beautiful Masters shirt, and this time of year kind of signifies the beginning of spring for a lot of people, especially in the financial services business. And lastly, I also wanted to talk about Major League Baseball because here it is spring again, and we're back. And why do I want to talk about these things? Well, let's talk about UVA for a second and March Madness, because March Madness is a total United States event. When you look at the teams, they're from all over the place. Gonzaga up in the Pacific Northwest. Teams from Florida. Teams from California. Teams from New York. Teams from the D.C. area. Teams from the Midwest. Texas, you name it. People all over. We're in a people business, and it's all about a connecting people business. When you think about March Madness, it's a great conversation to have with your advisor, because not everybody's from the same geographic area. And it's good to understand about what's going on and how that game last night played out and why it was so important to a lot of people. And the March Madness, it's just a great way to strengthen and deepen the relationships you have with your best customers and your soon-to-be, hopefully, best customers as well. So here, UVA went from the outhouse last year to the penthouse this year. It's a great feel-good story. And again, most importantly, when you follow March Madness, you follow college basketball. It's about finding out where people are from, who they're rooting for, and finding some commonality and sharing those experiences together. So we talked about UVA. Now what I'd like to do is talk about the Masters. Because in my 35 years plus in the business, I've always found that golf's a big deal, whether you like it or not. 50% of the people that are financial advisors follow the Masters, and their clients follow the Masters. Why is that? Because they like golf. It's a very dramatic, it's a very prestigious, a lot of pageantry. It's a terrific TV golf venue, if you will. But more importantly, it's a way to connect with your best customers, talking about something they would like to maybe talk about. You know what? I can't tell you how many wholesalers have told me, hey, I don't really care about golf, or I don't care about basketball, or I don't care about baseball, I don't care about that stuff. Well, my answer is, that's great. You don't have to. But you know what? It's not about you. It's about your customer. And if you understand your customer and you empathize and you have a relationship with them, it's up to you to be able to understand the things that they enjoy and the things that they would like to talk about. So you need to think about that when you're talking, whether it's basketball, golf, baseball, whatever it is. Understand, have a deep conversation, and take your relationship to the next level. So the Masters, one of 4 majors. Okay, it's one of the best, most glamorous events out there. and it kind of signifies the beginning of spring, as we're now going to be into spring, into summer, a great time of year. But again, it's about the relationship. It's about understanding and talking intelligently about the different golfers. Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, the old, stalwarts versus the up-and-comers, Jordan Spieth, Dustin Johnson, etc., etc., etc. You need to understand, have some conversations with them, and it can be a really fun thing once you get into it. So we talked about UVA. We talked about the Masters. I want to talk about baseball. It's a passion. Again, it's a geographic sport. There's teams everywhere, all the way from the Northwest to California to Boston, down to Florida, through the Midwest. You have teams everywhere, and the people you deal with and come in contact every day, they're from all over the place. So have that conversation. For me, I'm here in Baltimore, the AL East. Who would have thought the Orioles would be tied for the Yankees for second place behind the Rays? Who would think that the world champion Red Sox are in the cellar along with the Toronto Blue Jays? You know what? It's not about that. It's about having a conversation. Oh, so you're a Red Sox fan. Well, that's really weird because you're from Texas. How did you become a Red Sox fan? That's really interesting. Tell me more. Really? That's terrific. You know what that's called? That's called deepening the relationships. You're finding common ground, and you're having a great relationship and building it to take it to the next level. So that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about finding common ground. It's about making it better. Having an authentic interest in your customer and what they are and who they are. So with that, what I'd like you to do is go on Amazon, on Kindle, and order my book. Never Ask a Barber If You Need a Haircut. There's a lot of little snippets in there that I think will help you be a better business person, increase your business, and really bring into focus what we all do on a day-to-day basis. With that, I hope you have a terrific spring, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a great day. We'll see you.